Hello, everyone. I'm Jami Cassady, a.k.a. Joni Moriarty, a.k.a. Gabby Pomeroy. I am not a poet. I'm just going to read you some stories of Jack, if that's okay. I knew Jack Kerouac from 1950, my birth, to 1969, his death. As a young child in San Francisco, where I was born, then in San Jose, and finally our home in Los Gatos, he was an often and beloved visitor. Since my parents, Neal and Carolyn Cassady, felt we three children, Kathy, John, and myself, did not need to know all the grown-up things that they and their friends, Jack, Allen Ginsberg, etc., were up to. So I never knew who these friends were, famous-wise, until I was 14. So my relationship with Jack Kerouac was of a childish love. As often noted, I was Jack's favorite. I'm not being modest about that. In San Francisco, I remember Jack walking Kathy and I down the street from 29 Russell to get ice cream cones and pick wildflowers for Mom on the way home. In San Jose, Jack and Dad would lean over our back fence to watch the local high school. Their field was right over our fence, play baseball and football. In Los Gatos, Jack would take his sleeping bag, his railroad lantern, and his forever present notebook and sleep in our backyard under what we call Jack's tree. And here's a picture of it. This was in our backyard in Los Gatos. I'm going to read what Jack wrote in Desolation Angels, published in 1965, page 232. 232. There you are. Okay. He says, I wake up to the delicious little voices of two little girls and a little boy. Wake up, Jack. Breakfast is ready. They sort of chant, breakfast is ready, because they've been told to. But then they explore around my bushes a minute, then leave, and I get up and leave my pack right there in the straw grass of autumn and go into the house to wash up. Evelyn is all radiant blonde in the morning. We grin at each other and talk. She'll say, why didn't you sleep on the couch? And I'll say, oh, I love to sleep out in that yard. I always get such good dreams. She says, well, it's nice to have people who have good dreams nowadays. She brings me my coffee. Let's see. Over the years, we saw Jack less and less. He would call Mom in Los Gatos, drunk from the East Coast late at night. He still loved Mom and professed it often on the phone. Mom was sweet but firm with him. Just like when Kennedy was shot, I'll never forget how I heard about Jack's death. I had been living in New York to study at the American Ballet Theater and was dressing to go out to eat. With my leg raised to put on my pantyhose, back then, the radio announced that Jack Kerouac had died. I have been blessed to have known Jack and have such memories. Thank you for this opportunity to remember on this day, Uncle Jack's 100th birthday.
Next, I'm going to introduce a woman that I just think is so wonderful. And the reason why is, besides just loving her for who she is, I love her.
It's me.
I love her for sticking up for her roots and wanting to right the wrongs that were, presented about some parts of her family's life. She's going to tell you something about her family, which was, it was a family, and and it's something to be proud of and something that you should want to live on, their legacy. And I'm proud to present this Lifetime Award to Jami, and I'm making her a Beat Poet Laureate because I'm waiting for her poetry. And she may not think she has it in her, but we all have something to say. And that will come. She'll be inspired. She gets this award that I'm going to be sending to her. And so anyway, she's carrying on the Cassady Family Legacy. And really, it's the basis of all the beats. You know, her mother and her father were a big, important part of that. So welcome to the family, Jami.
Thank you, Debbie. And everyone. Oh, there I am. Hi. Thank you so much, Debbie, and the wonderful foundation that you have started and enveloped all of these amazing artists. And to be honored and to be recognized that I and my husband have been trying to keep the legacy of the Cassadys alive, because as important as they are and were, and as much as everybody likes to quote them and this and that, I mean, it was my family. So I don't want people to forget how important they were. This is Randy and my mission statement, to keep alive the inspiration of the man and the myth. That's my father. And to celebrate the muse that brought the beats to San Francisco, which was my mom, because, you know, she met Dad in Denver in 47, and then she moved to San Francisco, and then Dad followed her, and of course Alan followed Dad, and then Jack followed them. And so Mom was a very, very important person. In 1994, Randy and I moved to Santa Cruz, and the University of California at Santa Cruz had not an exhibit, anyway, an archive, right, of Lawrence Ferlinghetti's paintings was at UC Santa Cruz. So the person that was in charge of the archives, Rita Bottoms, invited us up to see the paintings. And while we were there, she said, "So, what are you doing about your family's legacy?" And I went, what? And she got up. She scolded me. She was great. She said, "What? You have to, keep this alive. You have to make sure it's not forgotten." And so I've been very blessed, and it's a lot of hard work, but we've had a lot of good times. I met many, many, many excellent people through the years. But we have, traveled the world and tried to go to a lot of events and try to make people understand just what our friends have been saying about the importance of the early beats and how spiritual and important that they were and are. Dad wasn't considered a writer or a poet, but David Amram, another member of the foundation, acknowledged to Randy and I in Denver once that Dad did contribute a lot to the poem, Pull My Daisy. And he isn't recognized very much for that thing that he did, but he did. But mainly Dad was famous for his letter writing. And there have been books, collected letters, his letters with Allen Ginsberg, which is out of print. Randy and I are trying to get it published. Grace Beats Karma, Dad's letters from prison, San Quentin, 1958, 1960, and it's out of print, and Randy and I are trying to publish an expanded version to keep things going. And when the Joan Anderson letter was discovered after 60 years, Randy and I got it published, and we just keep trying to make sure everybody's aware of the different wonderful things about the Beats and my family. So my mom, of course, was super. Randy said she was a Renaissance woman. Besides everyone falling in love with her, she was very, very talented artist, costume, theater. Anyway, she wrote a book you want to read. It's called Off the Road, about how it was being practically a single mother with 3 children during the 50s. So that's a really good woman's point of view of what it was like in those days. And I'm really proud of her for everything that she did. Should I read that poem?
No,
Not this one?
I don't. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Just a quick poem, because...
Yeah.
So Dad wrote this to Mom. They got married April 1st, April Fool's Day. And he wrote this in 1951. And it's just fun. To my April Fool's magnificent ass, so beauticious, though over full, as is your heart with misery, I here make present a sliver of cut stained glass, which enable to shave your behind's blubber, might yet pierce your reservoir of hurt, enough to make our 3rd anniversary a day of insight crystal clear, combined with knowledge through the ear, so that when the Sabbath sun descends, there'll be an understanding which portends henceforth a bliss that never ends, but shows up for joke the fear that dread narcotic minds hold dear, and do pretend to suffer unjust trial, to all the while make careful file of everybody's dreary food, on which they feed of selfish acts, only to find it does no good for us, since never has been forgot the facts made 3 years ago this day, when each to the other did say those eternal vows that cost $10 to get away from you, my legal shucks, no paper. He ran out of paper. That's classic. Anyway, so yeah, I'm very happy, and Debbie for acknowledging me, of course, Randy, to keep this alive. We have all of my mother's archives from after she passed in England in 2013. We shipped everything over to California, and we'd really like to get it to an institution, a library. You know, there's many, Stanford, Austin, because we need to retire. We'd like to retire. So if anybody has any suggestions for us, please email me, and I'd love to, be with you guys anyway on email basis. So I thank you very much for understanding and acknowledging what we're doing. And I'm glad to meet all you new wonderful artists too. So thank you.
Thank you, Jami.
Jami, am I okay to ask a question? Briefly?
Of course.
Brilliant. It's well known that you were Jack's favourite of the children.
Yes.
Just remind us how old you were when Jack sadly passed.
Oh, I was 19. I was living in New York, taking ballet at American Ballet Theater, and Dad had passed when I was 18, the year before, but then I was in New York, and I was getting dressed to go to class, and I heard it on the radio. I just couldn't believe it, and I took the day off. I called Mom in California. Yeah, so I was 19.
And do you have any plans to put your memories of Jack and your father to paper yourself?
Everybody asks me that. I'm just, no, I'm not, I can't, I don't know. No.
No, okay.
Unless maybe I sit and talk and someone, ghost writes it with me. No plan.
I really hope you if you don't feel like writing yourself, I do hope you find someone that will do exactly what you say. And if you find no one, I will happily step in and make the time to do that. But look, I think it's absolutely essential that you carry on with the work that you do, and you get it, as you say, to somewhere where generations of the future. I mean, I was born in 1971, so I've come to the beats a lot later in life. Your father was there, Jack was dead. I mean, we're very lucky that Gary Snyder is still with us, and Lawrence Ferlinghetti had such a great innings. But let's be realistic. Most of them are behind us now. And David Amram was 91, I think, this year. I think he is. Yeah.
And you should see his schedule. Every day. Oh yeah, and Lowell celebrates Kerouac. I mean, this year, of course, has been huge for Jack's centennial.
Absolutely. But it's so important that everything that you know and your experiences, no matter how small and fragile, I think that's what's important to these people, to know the real Neal, the real Carolyn, and the real Jack as well, and everyone else that you met along the way. And of course, your own story, because it is a unique story. And I congratulate the foundation for recognizing that.
Yes, me too. Thank you. And you don't look so unhappy, Carlos. I'd love to meet you in person someday, my mom lived in England for 30 years in Bracknell.
Yes, yeah. I was probably too late to meet her in person, but hopefully I'll meet someone who's met her and we can speak, another time about that as well. Anyway,
definitely.
Brilliant.
Okay.
I think it's important that we are coming together. Yeah. This organization I founded in 2016. Wow. And it started before that, but I founded it, into 2016 and registered it. But I think it's very important. And Jami, what you said about, it's hard, or you don't want to really write a whole book or whatever. I think we're all going to help you write that book. Yeah. We're going to have many conversations, and I'm willing to write it. And now I have my own publishing company. So whenever you're ready.
Definitely. Thank you. That would be great, because, there's stuff, nobody knows. That would be wonderful, Debbie. Thank you. Let's figure that out.
I want to say the importance of not only the original Beat Generation, but us today.
Yeah.
We are the new generation, and we're struggling to be known and our stories to be known. And I'm hoping to change that. I'm trying to change that.
You're doing a great job. Okay.
So anyway, today is a big day for this festival. I'm glad that, you all could be here on this Zoom so that you could sort of be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be going to the YouTube channel. But what I was going to say is that there's many fine poets out there. There's many fine people that have stories to tell. Yeah. And damn it, I'm going to be the one that's going to make it happen. No one's going to stop me. I started it, and I'm not going to stop. Chris, I love Chris's red hair. Don't you love her red hair?
Yes, yes. Who's giving you an award, Debbie?
My award is all of you. I don't need it. I don't need a award plaque or anything. No, really. I'm just so happy to have all of you. And, you know, one at a time. I mean, it'll take some time, but when I meet you all in person, I mean, I already know you. I already know all of you. It's just incredible because I think we were all meant to meet. You know, I do believe that with all my heart. That no matter where we were going to meet. Yeah.
Let's all unmute and show our appreciation for the foundation and Debbie especially. So everyone unmute and let's rip for Debbie and Chris and the foundation. Thank you.